Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 3. This book focuses on movable chord shapes. We're on page 108. We have a C7 flat 9 exercise, and I'm going to show you how you can use a diminished 7 chord to substitute for a 7 flat 9 chord when the root is on the 6th string. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3 that you can read from and write in. Plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. At the top of page 108, we have number R136. This is a common minor progression that involves the 7 flat 9 chord. We begin with an A minor 7 using the E minor 7 shape. That has a root on the 6th string, so there's our A on the 6th string, and we form that E minor 7 shape. Next we have a B minor 7 flat 5 using the E minor 7 flat 5 shape, so that's on the same string. The root is going to be at the 7th fret, and we form our B minor 7 flat 5 there. Next we have an E7 flat 9 using the new C7 flat 9 shape. So that has the root on the 5th string, and that is also right there just at the 7th fret. And notice you don't have to move your fingers very much to get from this B minor 7 flat 5 with this shape to the E7 flat 9. Fingers 2 and 3 just move down a string each. Finger 4 goes away, and finger 1 bars at the same fret. And then we play an A minor 7 again using that E minor 7 shape. And in the next two lines, you're cycling through those same shapes again. So now we have an A flat minor 7, so move down one fret. B flat minor 7 flat 5, so place your minor 7 flat 5 shape with the root on the B flat on the 6th string. E flat 7 flat 9, remember you don't have to move your fingers very much to get there, to an A flat minor 7, and then move down one more fret to play G minor 7, A minor 7 flat 5, D7 flat 9, and G minor 7 again. Once you're comfortable finding and playing those chords, go ahead and play through the exercise with a nice easy tempo, nice easy pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Third line. There are 7 flat 9 forms that you can play with the root on the 6th string, but none of them are very practical for our purposes. When you do come across a 7 flat 9 and you're in a position where it's best to play the root on the 6th string, you can simply play the regular dominant 7 chord. For example, if you come across a G7 flat 9 and you're in a position to play the root on the 3rd fret on the 6th string, if that's your best root, you can simply play a G7 chord. If you want to get that 7 flat 9 sound, however, you can use a diminished 7 chord as a substitute if you play that diminished 7 one fret higher than the root of whatever your 7 flat 9 is. So if you have a G7 flat 9 and you want to play the root on the 6th string, you could play either just a G7, or you could play a G sharp diminished 7. With that in mind, we have this exercise at the bottom of page 108, number 137. We begin with a G7 using the E7 shape, so that has the root on the 6th string at the 3rd fret. Here we have a G7 flat 9. If you like, you could just still play G7. If you want that 7 flat 9 flavor, you could play a G sharp diminished 7 instead. So the root technically is on the 3rd fret still. However, we're substituting, moving one fret higher, and playing a diminished off of that. Then we have an A flat 7, and we're going to use that E7 shape again. That's at the 4th fret. We have an A flat 7 flat 9 Your substitute chord could be an A diminished 7. And we continue. A7, A7 flat 9, you could play a B flat diminished 7, B flat 7, B flat 7 flat 9, you could play a B flat 7 again, or you could play a B diminished 7, just move up 1 fret, play a diminished 7 chord, B7, B7 flat 9, so you could play a C diminished 7 there, C7, and C7 flat 9, you could play a C sharp diminished 7. Once you're comfortable with that, go ahead and play through the exercise with a moderate pace and an easy pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Your assignment is to practice the exercises on page 108. And don't forget to order your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 109, where you're going to learn the C7 sharp 9 shape.